We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
We watched a great quarter by Smith. He has 18 points, and he's put one three-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
Heat leading by 5, and Detroit looking at who they've got. On the wings, KCP and Josh Smith. Jonas Jerebko out there with Andre Drummond, and it's Jennings in at the point guard. Wade dishes to Buck, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Boy, that's some physical basketball out there. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. A hard pick and an assault on the bucket.
Old school stuff there.
Yeah, there was a lot to like on that play.
Now, here is Smith. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Jennings wide open. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 8 points for Brandon Jennings.
Well, if you remember early in Eric Spoelstra's head coaching career when he was new and the big three were assembled, there were some people questioning Spoelstra's command, maybe even within the team. Those questions are long gone now. He has become an excellent head coach.
Now here's Wade. Shot clock at 5. Rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Jennings drives in. The dish now to Drummond. Kicks it out to Jennings. Jerebko in the post. He's covered by Dang. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Coach Spoelstra, known for his work ethic and attention to detail. He's a grinder.
No question about it, Kevin. Got his start as a video coordinator back when everything ran on VHS, so you know he had to do an awful lot of work. And he's worked his way up slowly but surely. He's grown as an assistant under some terrific mentors, and now he's really, I think, one of the best head coaches in the game without question.
He's visited college football training facilities, NFL camps. He really tries to broaden his perspective.
He sure does, and you can see evidence of that in how he handles himself.
The Pistons making a change here. Monroe's checked in. And he sinks the second. And so here is Miami. They've led by as many as 14 points. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Chalmers with the screen for Wade. Bosch passes to Chalmers. Wade outside. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside Jennings. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And it's Drummond missing.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Now Chalmers. Outside Bosch. Off the left rim and out.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Boy, in a close game especially, those plays really hurt.
The Pistons making a change here. Singler's checked in. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Back to Chalmers. Mick Roberts dishes to Chalmers. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Chalmers has got 6 points.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Outside Jennings. Drummond sets the screen for Monroe. And he gets it to go.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations.
Here's Wade after the made shot from Greg Monroe. Wade passes to Chalmers. There's the pick. Shot clock at 6. Bosh, no one around him. Good, and it's Chalmers with the assist that time. Chalmers has got 5 assists in the game. Pistons trail by 5.
One of the problems for the Pistons last year was they seemed to collapse late in games. I mean, just found a lot of opportunities that went awry and due to poor performances in the fourth quarter.
Timeout called the Heat.
You talk about the Pistons letting games go late. They were one of the worst teams in the fourth quarter in both defense and scoring.
And Miami has possession. It's a 3-point game. Thinking again about Detroit, Clark, it would have been fatigue or just careless basketball that did him in late, but they really did just run out of steam, it seemed like, every game.
Well, it shows that you can play well for 3 quarters, even great at times for 3 quarters, 36, 38, 40 minutes, but you and I always talk about it's a 48-minute game, and you've got to run through the finish line, not to it.
Now, here is Monroe. He's got 10. Out of bounds, Miami takes possession.
Heat ball.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. The Heat leading by 3. Bosh sets the pick for Chalmers. He dishes it to Wade. Goes up to the stripe. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
You know, oftentimes when you go on the road, you're going to have to win close games, and the Pistons really struggled in that regard, and as a result, they didn't find themselves winning too many on the road.
Guys, for the Pistons, they are a young team overall, and that can be a factor in both road games and close games.
Well, the nerves can get to you, or you know, just a little bit of inexperience as well. So 12-29 road record for the Pistons last year. They know that's something they have to improve upon.
And the second free throw, good. The Heat came into last season looking to three-peat, and anything less would have been a disappointment.
Yeah, well, you could see that they were focusing on the playoffs last year. The Bobcats didn't really stand a chance against them in round 1. It was easy pickings for the Heat.
Now here's Drummond. And Singler kicks to Meeks. 5 to shoot. Detroit needs to get off a shot here. Money from the wing.
Well, to get back to the Heat last year, a lot of teams in the conference didn't really look to be in the same ballpark as Miami in terms of playoff hunger.
Here's Wade. 15 points in the game. Here's Dang. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. 8 points for Luol Deng.
Looked like they found the soft spot in the defense there.
You know, the Heat did breeze through to the finals, but the three-peat just was not in the cards after they fell to the Spurs. Terrific run nonetheless. 4 consecutive NBA Finals, 2 championships, and quite honestly, who knows how things could have gone if the air conditioning didn't fail or any other twist in that epic series. That air conditioning went down in Game 1, folks, if you didn't recall that, but it wasn't anything about air conditioning. The Spurs were super hot and well-oiled and highly motivated. They wanted that trophy.
Meeks inside the three-point line. It's hauled in by the Heat. Bosch has got 8 rebounds in this game.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him. He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Pistons trail by 6. Outside Jennings. Now the feed to Monroe. The 9-foot shot, and it's good. Monroe's got 4 this quarter.
And that was very confident offense right there.
Miami leading by 4. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Stripped away. Here's Meeks, defended by Chalmers. Singler outside. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by the Heat. They've led by as many as 14 points. Wade with it, and Jennings picks him up defensively. Drummond working against Bosch. Back to Wade. Pass to McRoberts. No good with the triple. Pistons trail by 4. Outside Jennings. Dishes to Meeks. Here's Monroe, and he lays it straight in. Monroe's got 14 points for the game.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Bosch a screen on Jennings. Kicks to Wade. 6 to shoot. Pass to Bosch for the 3. Rebound by Monroe. Monroe's got 6 rebounds now in the game. It's back to Jennings. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And Craig Monroe with the slam. Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
Here's Chalmers after the basket by Detroit. Wade a screen on Monroe. The kick out to Dang. He feeds it to McRoberts. Shot to stop the drought. No luck. Good work defensively by Monroe. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. An uptick in minutes last season for Andre Drummond. The Pistons had brought him along slowly, Clark, in his rookie season, much to the frustration of the Piston fan.
You know what? It was the Pistons training staff, though, Kevin, that pulled back the reins. They found he had some imbalances athletically that predisposed him to injury, so they wanted to be cautious with him, and it looks like it's paying off.
Bosch. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Jennings dishes to Drummond. Here's Jennings. 10 points for him. Meeks can't hit.
And for Drummond, you think about the stress on his joints, moving so quickly at his size. He needed to develop his core muscles to protect himself. And, you know, the trainer's caution was validated in year 1 when he ended up missing a couple of months with a fractured vertebra in his back.
Singler against Wade, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And Drummond played starters minutes in year 2. You have to give him a lot of credit. That young man stayed patient. He worked diligently, putting in the time with the training staff to improve his body and his conditioning. And that hard work prepared that big athletic body of his to be able to handle that additional workload.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pistons?
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
I like the work they've been doing in the low post, too. I mean, we've seen a lot of points coming on the inside all day.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Both good from the line that time. Kyle Singler, a former second-round pick out of Duke, played his first professional season overseas in Spain. And Stevie's played consistent minutes for the Pistons to begin his NBA career.
Yeah, really a nice move on his part to get that development abroad, because he came back a better player and he's quickly become a solid contributor at the NBA level.
Monroe's checked in for Detroit. Here's Cole, looking for his first basket still in this one.
And Singler is one of those value-utility or Velcro guys, I like to call him. He kind of holds things together because of his excellent feel for the game. He's got a pretty decent touch from outside. You love his size on the wing, and he's not a bad defender at 6'8" either, so I like what he gives you.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. After the Heat pick up two. Shot off the screen. 1:57 left to play here in the third. Cole, the pass to Granger. The 10-footer. And it's Meeks with the rebound.
Singler, not a big-time athlete, but he plays hard and he uses his length well defensively. Got a shot to have a long and productive NBA career. It's just been one of those days for him. He has really struggled.
Granger with the ball. Caron Butler covering. 1:27 left in the third. Shot clock at 6. Here's Cole. The three-pointer is right on target. Guys, we're not through 3/4 of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to stay tight throughout.
Yeah, very competitive action. I agree with you, Clark. I mean, this one could come down to the last few minutes the way it looks.
Here's Augustine following the 3 by Miami that went in. He kicks it to Meeks. Goes up to the stripe. Here's Smith. The shot is off. And it's Miami the other way. Granger outside. And Cole kicks to Napier. Feeds to Granger. There's the pass to Napier. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Shabazz Napier, leading UConn to a national championship last season, showed he really can do it all. Shoot, pass, penetrate. He's an excellent defender. Maybe not the upside of some other picks, but you know what you're getting with Napier. A plug-in guard who can give you quality minutes right away.
First free throw is good. And the Heat eager to acquire Napier in the draft as a favorite of LeBron James. Easy to see why they'd want to bring him in.
And a really good selection at 24, just on talent alone. An undisputed leader, big shot maker, tremendous IQ, better defensively than people think. I mean, he was very crafty as a defensive point guard, so I like the pick and I like his game. He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Butler dishes to Monroe. Puts up the baby hook, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Still Heat ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 10.
Miami leading by 3. Here's Cole. Pass to Granger. Fires top of the key. No luck.
That's one he knows he should have made.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Heat lead by 3. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And our assist to the game here on replay, presented by State Farm. And this wasn't his only assist, folks. 9 assists on the night over the course of the game from Jennings.
Kevin, it's been one great pass after another for him. Just a huge amount of scoring for that team's offense generated by his court vision.
Pistons trail by 3. Norris Cole is out there with Napier. Then there's Chris Anderson. Then it's Dang. And it's Granger in at the 4. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Granger's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Heat. The dish to Caldwell Pope to the right side. Here's Monroe. Goes back up, and the layup is up and in. Monroe's got 20 points.
Love the way he fought for that putback. You know, he's willing to put in a lot of hard work in this game, no doubt about that.
Cole, the pass to Anderson. Can't cash in from close range. Pistons trail by 3. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. The feed now to Monroe. From 10 feet out, that's good on the jump shot. Monroe's got 14 points here in the second half.
I like the way they're working the ball inside because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots and typically good things happen.
And Cole kicks to Anderson. And he gets it to go.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Now here's Bynum. The drive by Monroe. Again, the Pistons score. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's Cole. He dishes it to Dang. Granger with the screen for Dang. That's good. And the Heat lead by 3.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Smith sets the pick for Bynum. In low to Monroe. Anderson with the block. Dang dishes to Cole. Back to Dang. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Granger. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And now it's a 5-point Heat lead. Detroit's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Luol Deng is the definition of a gamer. He averaged over 38 minutes a game over the last 5 seasons with the Bulls. Played with a fractured thumb, torn ligaments in his wrist. He always goes all out at both ends every time he's on the court.
And some changes here for the Heat. Chris Bosh is checked in for Anderson. Josh McRoberts comes in for Danny Granger. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Napier. Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Jennings comes in for Will Bynum. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He told us, guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
And as always, Doris, thank you.
And when you talk about the physical toll for Deng playing those long minutes, tremendous discipline and dedication to keep his body ready to go. You know, his hard work and leadership has to be missed by the Bulls on and off the court.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Caldwell Pope passes to Jennings. Into Drummond. Banked in off the glass. And for Deng, back in the 2013 playoffs, he tried to practice through complications from a spinal tap. We don't hear that very often. That was a life-threatening condition.
And Kevin, he was unhappy with his care during that incident and said nobody from the Bulls checked up on him at the hospital. So I think that cast a real cloud over their ensuing contract negotiations.
And it's sent back by Drummond. And he recovers it.
D-Wade playing well. He has 17 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
Well, that's important, Clark. I mean, he's conscious of the fact that moving the ball around gets the defense to move. It forces them to work, and it creates a better offensive flow for his own team.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Heat.
Well, they're taking high percentage shots in the paint. I like the way their offense is clicking.
Well, you've also got to love how aggressively they've taken that ball to the basket and scored off dribble penetration.
Both free throws good from Wade.
They're doing a great job here in the second half. They've brought their free throw percentage up quite a bit. And that's winning basketball. That's one of the ingredients in winning basketball. Good free throw shooting.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Fires the three. Chris Bosh with the rebound. Bosh has got 11 rebounds in the game. And Cole kicks to Bosh. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Heat lead by 8.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Outside Jennings. Pass to Monroe. The jump hook. Chris Bosh with the rebound. Bosh has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Cole. They set the pick. The drive by Wade. Launches a three. And there's Dang. That's good on the assist by Wade. And it's an 11-point Heat lead.
Not too many of those shots were dropping for him in the first half, but it's been a different story here in the second.
Jennings dishes to Drummond. Now here's Jennings. He's guarded closely. Brandon Jennings acquired in a sign and trade by the Pistons last season on a 3-year, $24 million contract.
Jennings probably expecting more in terms of the deal, but look, maybe it was a wake-up call for him. You know, he has not been part of a winning team yet, and generally speaking, you know, stats alone don't get you max contracts. Stats and wins are what do that, and that's what's next for Jennings.
The first one falls.
Brandon Jennings has been getting it done. He's got 11 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
Yeah, to watch him spread the ball around, get everybody involved is a thing of beauty.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Norris Cole. Brandon Jennings hits them both.
I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second half, despite trailing in this game.
Well, you know, that's when you need to be most aggressive when you're down. Another good job of drawing contact and getting to the line.
Dishes it to Wade. 5 on the clock. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Wade's got 4 this quarter.
And for Jennings, a quick, explosive athlete at the point. But you talk about how can he improve. He has the physical attributes to become a lockdown defender, but his focus at that end comes and goes. He's got to be more consistent in his focus at that end. You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Here's the screen, and Chalmers kicks to Wade. Bosh the screen, and it's Wade penetrating, and he gets it to go. Wade's got 23.
And the other aspect for Jennings, a streaky scorer to this point in his career. A little loose with his mechanics and shot selection, I think a part of it. I think improving his shooting percentages is an area where he needs to get better.
Count that one. And now it's a 12-point Heat lead.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Now here's Jennings. Here's Drummond, and he dunks it down.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
And Chalmers kicks to Bosh, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Screen by Monroe. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Bosh. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Still Detroit ball. 18 seconds of the shot clock. 18.
Pistons trail by 12. Jennings kicks to Caldwell Pope. Monroe down low. McRoberts there, trying to get open as Monroe. That's good from Jennings on the assist by Monroe. 17 points for Brandon Jennings. Miami's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Wade left side. Fade away. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
They're in the position they're in right now thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Kicks it to Monroe. Here's Caldwell Pope. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Miami ball.
Detroit making a switch here. Smith has checked in. The Heat leading by 12. Wade with it. Passes to McRoberts. The basket good off the assist from Wade.
Wow, he's got such a sweet three-point stroke. The way he can shoot it, forcing opposing bigs out on the perimeter, can really open up the lane.
Now here's Jennings. Here's Drummond. Nice D from Bosch. Wade kicks to McRoberts. Here's Chalmers. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Jennings. Pistons trail by 15. He feeds it to Smith. Outside Jennings. Back to Smith. 6 to shoot. He kicks to Caldwell Pope. Trying to get open is Monroe. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Now, here's Chalmers. Wade gets the bucket. Wade's got 29.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Yeah, he's seen enough of this interior scoring that his defense is giving up. So the message during this timeout is time to lock things up inside.
You know, sometimes a group can just get spaced out on defense. They're not connected and playing 5 as 1, and usually a timeout can help you refocus and recalibrate that defense.
Pistons trail by 17. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. The shot's good from Smith. Miami's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Now a timeout called by Miami.
Brandon Jennings so quick, a left-handed speed demon. You know, as quick as he is off the bounce, he's not as good of a finisher inside as you might expect. I think sometimes he makes those shots a little more difficult than they need to be.
The drive by Wade. An easy 2 points on the layup. Wade's got 17 now, just in the second half.
Shaky defense down low again. It's been a mismatch in the paint.
I'm sure they didn't go into this one expecting to get battered like they have inside.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He went over the offensive plan and that it hinges on running through Dwayne Wade. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. So Coach waiting until the final stages to pull a few tricks out of his sleeve. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
They've been getting way too many high percentage looks close to the basket, and I'll tell you what, when they're getting them, they're converting.
You know, the play in the paint, an aspect of this game that has gone entirely their way.
Now here is Smith. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. 23 points for Josh Smith.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Wade. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
.112 left in the fourth quarter.
You know, there are around 150 current NBA players with D-League experience. The developmental league, which started back in 2001 with 8 teams, now has 18. The structure has changed a little bit over the years, but I think you have to say that the D-League has become a big success for the NBA.
And, you know, this season the Knicks, the Pistons, and the Magic acquiring single affiliation with D-League teams, and that seems to be a trend. The Knicks and Pistons moving them close to White Plains, New York, and Grand Rapids, Michigan, respectively, looking to develop players within their system and get them back and forth quickly from their D-League assignments. Makes sense and looks to be moving towards more of the Major League Baseball model.
He hits the second from the line. And of the 18 D-League teams, 15 are in single affiliation, Steve, with one NBA team. About half of those owned outright by their parent ball club.
Well, it's moving in that direction, Kevin, a place to develop talent and test out new methods. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see every NBA team with their own D-League affiliate before long.
Now, here is Smith. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Boy, if they could have had this kind of run earlier in the game, it might have made a big difference.
You know, I think a big reason behind the run, Steve, is that they're not getting pressured as much by the defense now that the game's all but finished.
Both teams will make substitutions. The free throw drops for Josh Smith. And so here is Miami. 17 points was their biggest margin. Granger passes to Cole. Granger kicks to Haslam. Back to Granger. 6 to shoot. To the left side wing. Cole. Miami no good on that time either. Detroit's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Bynum dishes to Meeks. Goes back up. And Smith puts it in.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Anderson passes to Granger. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Chris, congratulations on a decisive win here tonight. You guys were scoring very efficiently.
Well, I mean, it's not even about the points. I give credit to our defense tonight. You know, the coaches, they've really been honest about that. You know, we play defense, and when we play defense, good things happen.
Chris, thank you. Kevin, back to you.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Dwayne Wade.